Actress Diane Keaton has died in California. She was 79 years old. Keaton's family made the announcement, but did not specify a cause. Diane Keaton did not pass away because of pneumonia. At least, that's what the last doctor who touched her body confirmed. He said there was a reaction inside her that he had never seen in 30 years of practice, a chain of biological phenomena not found in any medical record. A report was sealed just hours after completion. From that moment, Diane Keaton's passing was no longer a normal medical case, but became the greatest mystery Cedars-Sinai had ever kept. In Los Angeles' medical circles, that night is still spoken of as a taboo. A doctor lost his job, a file disappeared, and a conclusion was replaced with 2 words, pneumonia. What exactly did the doctor see inside her body? And why did he say that the truth would haunt the world forever? Before we begin unraveling Diane Keaton's final secret, prepare yourself, because what's about to be revealed may send chills down your spine. Los Angeles, early morning, October 12, 2025. The western sky still held a thin layer of mist. The streetlights shimmered like the breath of a night not yet gone. In the basement of Cedars-Sinai Hospital, the autopsy room lay silent, lit only by the cold gleam of fluorescent light reflecting off a metal table. On it lay a body covered completely by a thin white sheet. Outside the door, the clock stopped at 12:48 a.m. The air in the room was thick, almost frozen. Every sound was swallowed except for the dry, slow scratch of a pen against paper. The man sitting beside the table, the lead forensic doctor on duty, remained silent for a long time. He stared at the blood test results and the lung tissue images on the screen. The pale blue light cast shadows on his tired face. According to procedure, this examination was only to confirm the cause of death. The death certificate had already been signed less than 7 hours earlier. Primary bacterial pneumonia. No other contributing conditions. A clean, concise, unquestionable conclusion. But what kept the doctor's eyes fixed on the results wasn't doubt. It was that the numbers before him did not resemble any pneumonia case he had seen in 30 years. The body before him was Diane Keaton, 79 years old, the legendary actress from Annie Hall and The Godfather, an icon of American cinema for over 3 decades. Before her death, her health was said to be stable. She still took morning walks with her 2 dogs, still posted photos on Instagram, still called her daughter in New York. So her sudden passing from pneumonia was hard to believe. When the white sheet was lifted, the room fell silent. A pale silver mark appeared on her left shoulder, about 7 centimeters long, flat, cold, and waxy to the touch. There was no bruising, no surgical match, no injection site. Under direct light, the skin reflected an odd shimmer, faintly coated as if with a thin layer of keratin. Looks more like tissue regeneration than necrosis, one technician whispered, his voice swallowed by the hum of the air vents. The colleague beside him gestured for silence. Upon closer inspection, they found small scaly lesions scattered around her neck and shoulder, the same area where Diane had undergone surgery to remove squamous cell carcinoma in the late 1980s. Under the microscope, the skin tissue showed a strange inflammatory response. The cells weren't dying, but seemed to be misfiring, like an old system restarting unexpectedly. An abnormal cellular activation, the doctor wrote in a preliminary note. An hour later, that note vanished from the official copy. When they opened the lungs, the tissue didn't match the typical profile of bacterial pneumonia. The color between the 2 lobes was distinct, not bright red, not dull gray, but a faint pink. Under blue light, certain tissue spots emitted a soft glow, suggesting endogenous enzyme activity, something seen only in living cells. The young endoscopist observing whispered, "It's like the body's still trying to heal itself." No one replied. In the forensic notebook, only one pencil-scribbled line remained. Reaction pattern does not correspond with bacterial spread, possible autoimmune response. A short line, but enough to make the entire team pause. According to the Los Angeles Times, Diane Keaton's tissue samples were sealed that night, October 12th, for transfer to Cedars-Sinai's pathology lab. But just as the preliminary analysis was about to be uploaded, the report vanished. The hospital's internal server went offline for 45 minutes. No one knew who caused it. A nurse on the night shift, Marissa Lott, later told ABC Local News, "We were ready to send the report, but the file was empty." Only the patient's name and timestamp remained. The chief doctor stepped out, stayed silent for a while, then said, "Don't include that part in the record." He didn't look at anyone, just said that and walked out. The next morning, the pathology system was locked. The entire forensic team received an internal email instructing them to suspend data communication. 2 technicians were reassigned to another department. The rest were asked to sign confidentiality agreements. The story might have ended there, but Deadline Hollywood later revealed that the original report noted body temperature did not decrease following normal physiological progression. Usually in elderly individuals, body temperature drops quickly within the first 2 hours after death. But with Diane Keaton, it remained at 33 degrees even after 5 hours, a rare phenomenon. Forensic experts call this a delayed enzyme reaction typically seen only in severe autoimmune or metabolic irregularities. Before the report could be verified, all related data was marked family confidential. When journalists from People and Variety inquired, the Cedars-Sinai spokesperson simply replied, "No cause of death other than pneumonia has been identified. We respect the family's privacy." But in Los Angeles, rumors travel faster than light. A dermatologist who once treated Keaton suggested an autoimmune reaction might have caused her lungs to be attacked by her own immune cells. Another doctor said the skin texture on her shoulder matched tissue exposed to ultraviolet light, implying side effects from the phototherapy Diane underwent for years. A whispered detail among doctors made the story even murkier. In 2024, Diane Keaton participated in a small UCLA study on immune system changes in former skin cancer patients. That report was never published. From Cedars-Sinai's basement, news began to leak. Editors from CNN Entertainment, NBC News, and ABC7 all ran evening segments on October 13th. Actress Diane Keaton passes away peacefully from pneumonia. No one mentioned the silver mark, the data lockout, or the missing tissue sample. 3 days later, the lead forensic doctor who handled the autopsy resigned. At his brief farewell, he said only one thing. According to a colleague quoted by The Hollywood Reporter, "That body didn't entirely belong to any pathology I've ever known." That night, Diane Keaton's file vanished from Cedars-Sinai's system. No statements, no explanations, only a few stray notes, deleted messages, and quiet conversations drifting through Beverly Grove cafes where young doctors still wonder, was what they saw that night the body's final reaction or something else being hidden? That question, like the silver shimmer on her shoulder, remains an unsolved mystery.